Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It is moonmothgoddess. Thank you guys so much for being here, your continued love and support on the channel. For those of you that would like to book a private reading, you can find my email down below in the description box. Just send me an email and I will provide you with more information on booking readings as well as other services. For those of you that are new, you may also want to check out my second tarot channel, Neptune's Child Tarot, where I do have a bunch of other pick your card readings posted for you guys there as well. So today's pick a card reading, we are doing what is your future with them. Okay, so the person that you could currently be dating, in a relationship with, situationship, whatever that situation is, what is your future with them? Okay, if you have more than one person on your mind, you may want to look at a different pile for a different person, however you want to use today's reading. But we do have 3 crystals out for you guys to choose from left to right. We have an angel aura quartz here. We have a strawberry quartz here in the center. And then pile number 3 is going to be this golden healer. I am going to be adding in one of these little animal cards to help you with choosing your pile. If you already know which crystal you feel the most intuitively drawn to, you can go ahead and click the timestamp down below and it'll take you directly to the reading. But let's add in one of these animal cards to help you. So thinking about the person on your mind, we're going to pull something for pile number 1. What is your future with them? So I'm going to take the top card here, which is the blue jay. That is going to be for pile 1. Okay, and that is your crystal there. That is going to be for pile number 1. Let's pull something now for pile number 2 with the strawberry quartz. What is your future with them? Pile 2, we have the bear. And that is your crystal here. That is for pile number 2. And then let's pull something for pile number 3 with the golden healer quartz. What is your future with them? We have the Bobcat. Okay, and that is your crystal here. Okay, so pause the video if you need a little bit more time to meditate on the crystals, the cards. What is your future with them? Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, timestamps are down below, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hi, pile 1. So those of you that resonated with the blue jay, this is going to be your reading today. So we're finding out what is your future with them. And so we'll get into the message with the blue jay as we kind of see what else is coming through for you. We're going to pull some oracle and see what is your future with the person that is on your mind. So let's see, what is the future with them? The person on your mind, pile 1. What is your future with this person? Okay, so we have awareness here, and it says the energy of awareness supports our capacity to focus our attention on all aspects of a multi-dimensional world so that we can create a reality that we truly choose. Okay, so that is awareness. Number 11 might be significant for some of you. Let's see what else. What is your future with them? We also have woman holding a coin. This card kind of reminds me of the Queen of Pentacles, which is about security, stability, nurturing a commitment or relationship. So let's see what else. What is your future with them? Wow, we have love. And it says, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. And let's pull one of these. What is your future with them? Pile number 1. And then we're going to pull some tarot. We have well-being here. Okay. So far this looks like a pretty, I would say, positive energy here. Let me grab one more deck. What is your future with them? Okay, so we have the Village. I'm going to take the Village. That is the top one that is here. What's going on in here? This almost looks like a little ring here that this person is kind of pointing to. But this kind of gives me the kind of like an energy of a community. What is your future with them? Pile number 1. Wow, we have the Empress, the Lovers, and Judgment. I mean, this is beautiful energy. I do feel like this is something pretty solid with this person. Okay, pretty solid. Your blue jay here, this card in the little animal book, the blue jay represents family. And the blue jay as a kind of like a spirit animal, it is more or less about not giving up and persevering through conflict. And so I feel like both you and this person might have this energy of, even though there could be some difficulties and challenges within your relationship, that neither one of you are wanting to give up on this connection. I do feel, because we do have love here and awareness, this kind of makes me feel that this person is someone, and both of you, I feel like, will have this awareness of the love that you both have towards one another. So even when in the face of some type of challenge or conflict, that both you and this person are willing to put in the effort to show each other that this connection is something that's worth fighting for, that's worth continuing to nurture. Like I said, this kind of reminds me of the Queen of Pentacles. So with Judgment being here, you know, Judgment really is about reflecting on the past, and that could be taking time to really forgive, let go of things that either one of you may have been holding on to, regrets, resentments, pain, sadness, and really moving into a space of forgiveness. And for some of you, that might be important, especially if you are, say, broken up with the person and, you know, wanting to reconcile with them. Of course, love is in itself is not enough, you know, to help to sustain a relationship. It definitely requires more effort and more work and more commitment and dedication to one another, to listening to each other, to understanding each other, to learning how to communicate, you know. what it is that you feel. With the Empress being here, I do feel like this is very much showing an energy of unconditional love, nurturing, being compassionate, empathetic towards one another. We do also have the Lovers here, which is about something that is being potentially divinely guided for some of you. I do feel, looking at this card, that this is a connection that is meant to be. Okay, some of you, it could be making a big decision here to really work towards transforming, or the love that you have towards one another being something that transforms the two of you, having a very deep awareness of the connection that the two of you have. And I'm also noticing in the little foxes here, there's two little circles here that each of them have surrounding their head, but also these little circles here are kind of like intertwined. And so it kind of gives me a little bit of like this infinity symbol here. So the Lovers is really about a very balanced connection, happy, harmonious. It can also talk about commitment, marriage. And so I feel like for some of you, especially if you've been, putting in the effort and your person is also doing the same thing, that it's very likely that your connection or relationship with this person will move towards a deeper level of love and connectedness, openness and receptivity. To me, with you having the well-being here, it feels like this connection is something that is quite restorative, something that makes you feel more a sense of peace or ease. Like I said, the Blue Jay is all about perseverance, not giving up, even in the face of, uncomfortable conversations and conflict. It's really about the two of you, I feel like, learning how to move through conflict, how to overcome it, how to, like I said, listen and understand each other, hear where the other person is kind of coming from. But to me, this kind of gives me a very peaceful energy. And I noticed that, that she's laying down here and there's a bunch of mountains that are kind of surrounding her. There's also all these butterflies that are coming up here. So it's kind of like I'm seeing these mountains as something symbolic of challenges that you and this person, will be able to overcome, and really working towards transforming yourself, your connection from a place of love, and really putting in a lot of great care and dedication and commitment into this connection with each other. Some of you, this may mean, with the Judgment card being here, the energy of a reconciliation. I am feeling that, that it might be important for both of you too, to really also learn to love yourself, to help to create this, or keep, I would say, maintain the balance and the harmony within the connection. It's important for you to also learn to love yourself as well as the other person. I feel like doing the same. Okay. What else did I want to say with it? I want to see a little bit about what this village is about, to add a little bit more context into this. So let's see. And this is from the Wild Unknown Archetypes. Where is it at? Okay. So we have the hometown, the family, and the tribe. It says the village presents us with a conundrum. On one hand, it's the place that feels most like home, the place to which you can always return. Nostalgia and comfort draw us back. On the other hand, it's the very place you must leave in order to grow. And maybe some of you might be in a situation like that, where there is distance, there is separation, there is growth that is needed. Like I said, this looks like a beautiful connection, union between two souls. But like I said, there is also, I feel like, work on releasing past, whether it's past between the two of you, or if you and this person are connecting and you have past, you know, we'll just say baggage, stuff that you're holding on to from your past, whether that be trauma or, you know, some insecurities, fears, things like that, that you're both working on to transform within yourself. And maybe there is that space or separation where either one of you, maybe even learning how to love, how to open up to love, how to communicate, how to become more emotionally intelligent and open up your heart and your feelings to be able to connect on this level. Okay, both of these being a very beautiful energy. So maybe for some of you, like I said, you could be in a place of separation where both of you are recognizing the love that you have towards each other, an awareness of that love, and also realizing, and sometimes it does require space. Sometimes it does require, you know, a need to take a step back to really realize what's important, who's important, and where our feelings are at. Sometimes we need that time alone to really think deeply within ourselves about what's important. So, around the village, an unspoken boundary exists, one most villagers do not want you to cross. Though some support your leaving, still you hear whispers of doubt as you venture beyond its borders, leaving them behind. The energy of the village is present anytime we feel restricted by a certain group, community, family, place, or ideology. It may have served us in the past, yet staying within its parameters will never satiate our thirst for life. Thank the village for all it has provided, knowing you will someday return. For now, the world awaits. Okay? So, like I said, some of you, you know, maybe if you are in a place of separation from this person right now, I definitely feel like it is a very likely possibility, you know, those of you that are dealing with that you do end up with this person. And others of you that you are kind of already dating the person, you know, I feel like this is a lot of really opening up your heart, your feelings, your emotions, connecting with each other. And really, I'm feeling not giving up, you know, on the connection that's here. Okay, so let's get some guidance for you to kind of close out your reading here. We're just going to do some short readings today. So any other messages of advice or guidance for pile number 1 about this connection? Any other advice or guidance? We have the stinking cedar, and it says vulnerability and threat. And so what I'm kind of getting like from this energy is that someone, you know, it could really be either one of you. There could be some fears, you know, about being open, about being vulnerable. And so that's where I'm seeing that it could be important for either one of you to really focus on, you know, really working on healing the feminine energy, regardless of what your gender is. We all have masculine and feminine. And so a lot of you being successful, I feel like, with this connection is really opening up and understanding that in order for us to meet and connect with another person, you know, especially with developing an emotional bond, we have to be able to let that guard down. Okay, to truly experience this energy of unconditional love, it requires both people to release any type of walls that they might have up. Okay, so we also have the crossroads here, and it says road opener and also decisions. Okay, so we're definitely feeling the energy of decisions here with the Judgment card. Choosing how to move forward, I feel like, with this connection. But also this road looks wide open. Okay, wide open. And also this is number 20. The Judgment card is also number 20. Maybe for some of you, you literally are at a crossroads, you know, about this connection and feeling like it can really kind of go in any direction. Let's see. And then we also have the dog here with loyalty and belonging. So again, I'm very much getting an energy here of this person or this connection being something that is worth fighting for, being able to have something that is stable, happy, harmonious. And then underneath the deck, we have abundant growth and willpower. Okay. And underneath that is the hurricane lamp with preparedness and inner light. And so this kind of reminds me of the hermit a little bit, where, like I said, some of you might need time or space to really work on learning to love yourself so that you can truly open yourself up. I am feeling with the loyalty here, you know, it's really speaking a lot about your heart, the other person's heart, being loyal to one another. And really, it does require us to have a lot of inner strength and courage to be able to face certain fears that we might have surrounding love, but really kind of opening up here. And I do feel with that Blue Jay energy that you guys will be able to move past, you know, any challenges that might be in place right now. Okay. I do feel maybe for some of you that space, or reflecting, even if you're in a relationship, it's really kind of reflecting inwards, you know, even looking at your own wounds. Like, am I someone who embodies the energy of love? You know, am I blocking myself somehow? Do I have, you know, anxious thoughts, or do I have self-sabotaging thoughts? To kind of make sure that we're also kind of coming in with this type of energy. Okay? All right, so that is all that I have for you. Pile number 1. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 2. So those of you that resonated with the bear, this is going to be a reading today. So we're finding out, what is your future with the person on your mind, in your heart. We're going to pull some oracle cards first to see what is your future with them. Okay. So pile number 2, what is your future with the person on your mind? What is your future? Okay, so we have transformation, and it says the energy of transformation supports our ability to gracefully flow through times of transition, allowing the old to make room for the new. Okay, so let's see what else. What is your future with them? We have the Angel of Love. What is your future with them? Pile number 2. We have grief. And it says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So it's already kind of feeling, we haven't pulled the tarot yet, but I'm already kind of feeling here that this connection with this person might be something that is teaching you to really learn to love yourself. And it could be a painful experience that you undergo with this person. But it could definitely be one that really teaches you self-love and really kind of promotes transformation within you. So we'll just see, what is your future with them? Okay, so we have 2 here. Actually 3, wow. We have reconciliation. We have talent. And we have confidence. Okay, so the reconciliation that's here, I want to pull the tarot, but I'm kind of getting here that when I see this reconciliation, it kind of makes me feel that this is something that's happening within you. Okay. Maybe not so much about between you and this other person, because I'm seeing talent here, confidence. What is this saying here? Transformation supports our ability to gracefully flow through times of transition. So it kind of makes me feel like this connection is something that was temporary or is temporary in your life to help you to learn to love yourself, with building up your, and it might seem kind of counterproductive. Like, why is something that I go through that is challenging or painful, like how is this supposed to be something that, you know, helps me? But sometimes there are certain connections that we have or go through experiences in our life that really kind of break us down, especially with grief being here. I understand that losing something, but from this, I feel like you find yourself through processing pain, sadness. There's an opportunity to rebuild the self. And so when I look at this reconciliation card, given what the other energy is here, that this connection is more or less something that is temporary. So you might not necessarily really have a future with this person, because your bear here is also talking about resting, hibernating, you know, being in an energy of solitude. And so it kind of reminds me a little bit of like the hermit energy, where, you know, we take some time to really reflect inwards. And so I feel like this connection or this situation that you might go through with this person could be something that was only meant to be temporary or is only meant to be temporary. I feel like more or less what's happening here is there's the reconciliation happening within you. Okay? Kind of emerging between your own energies here. Because of the rebuilding. She's also holding rose quartz here. And rose quartz is also really good for self-love. So I definitely feel like it's a connection that's helping you to maybe even trigger certain things within you that have blocked you from, you know, really being able to learn to love yourself, restoring in a way, you know, should you choose to do the inner work and the healing, it's helping you to really kind of see what your worth is, what your value is. And sometimes there are certain connections that come into our life that do test that, right? Especially if there's connections with people that are creating pain, creating grief, creating chaotic energy. It is through those most challenging situations that we go through that we do find the most profound growth. Okay, so we'll see what the tarot says, but that's already kind of what I'm feeling here, is more or less this reconciliation is not so much between you and the other person, that it is something that's changing within you, something that is temporary here, a transitional type of connection, okay? But it's important nonetheless. All right, let's see. What is your future with them? We have the Hierophant. And so the Hierophant can talk about spiritual lessons, okay? And the Hierophant's knowledge and wisdom comes from experience that we have with others. And so the Hierophant is also about higher education, higher wisdom, higher knowledge. So I do feel like it's something that is very important here. Let's see what else. What is your future with them? We have the Four of Pentacles. And we have the Two of Pentacles. Okay. So yeah, and I feel like what's kind of happening here is that there is a holding back. I feel like from this progressing further into commitment, which would also be the Hierophant energy. The Two of Pentacles is about choices, weighing our options. And it could also be that you deal with a lot of hot and cold kind of energy from this person. I feel like with the Four of Pentacles energy here, this person could be closed off to moving this connection forward into a serious committed relationship. You know, they may be someone who does have self-love issues or self-esteem issues, where they might be somebody who needs to also work on finding union or balance within inside of themselves. They may be somebody who doesn't know how to love you because they don't even love themselves. Okay. I do feel like it's a very powerful connection for you in that it's bringing forth a lot of growth and a lot of personal transformation. It may be one that really, really tests you, challenges you to grow, to evolve. Now, I do feel like with the Four of Pentacles being here, the Four of Pentacles can talk about gripping onto something too tightly. And so there may be attachment here, holding on to something that is maybe a little bit unstable, and it may be hard for you or the other person to want to let that go. But I am feeling there's an energy here, either you or the other person, that is kind of holding back from taking a risk, from moving this into commitment. So it could potentially turn into something where a person is too afraid to move things forward, and you might find that they are someone who kind of is inconsistent with you back and forth here. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm getting with this. So like I said, I don't feel like this whole, reconciliation is just about you and this person reconciling. I feel like it's more something that's kind of happening within you. Okay. So I know some of you, sometimes you see one card in the tarot or the oracle, and you're just like, oh, but this says reconciliation, and then just kind of forget about everything else that's here, But as a reader, you have to kind of look at all of the energy as a whole, okay? And like I said, the way that these cards are talking here, it really kind of looks to me like she's staring into this heart by herself, working on herself, embodying the energy of love. So like I said, I do feel like this pile here is really that this is a connection, that you could have a difficult time letting go of. It could be a person that gives you a lot of mixed signals, a person who's not very consistent. And it may be, like I said, maybe there's someone who needs to really look deeply within themselves, because you could be someone who's trying to really give your heart and your feelings and your emotions, and the person might not be really open to receive that. And so there could be a lot of grief here, okay? But this says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it, okay? So I do want to clarify and just kind of see what the energy is here surrounding the reconciliation, because I know some of you are going to be like, but it says reconciliation. So let's just do that. Okay, so what is this energy surrounding reconciliation here? We have the Lovers. We have the Nine of Swords. And the Six of Swords. Okay. So, as it relates to you and this person with the future, the Nine of Swords is about anxiety and fears and stress. And that is over this Lover's energy, which would be commitment or maybe reconciliation for some of you, especially if you're broken up, okay? There's a lot of fears surrounding getting back together or being in a committed relationship. And so the Six of Swords energy here is about moving on, okay? It's about moving away from a person, a situation that is creating chaotic energy in your life. In this case, if you're dealing with someone who is commitment phobic, it could be that the thought of commitment is something that brings about a lot of fear and a lot of insecurity within them. And so they may be more avoidant. Okay. I'm also noticing that there is a little crab here who has a hole in his shell, and he's kind of looking at this other brand new shell. Okay, something new. And this card is also talking about, transition and allowing the old to make room for new, gracefully flowing through times of transition. Okay, so this might be you gracefully letting this person go and moving on to something more in alignment with you. Okay, this is moving on. This is also a card of transition. So, like I said, I don't necessarily feel like you really might have a future with this person. I feel like there's a lot of blockages here surrounding the progression of it. A person who is too afraid to commit, who has a lot of fear here, especially for those of you that are trying to reconcile with this person. To me, this is a lot of being closed off, holding back, inconsistent with you, hot and cold when it comes to this. And it may even be like if you're even in a relationship already with this person, there may be some blockages with, say, a committed partnership moving into the next stage, which could be a higher level of commitment, such as the Hierophant, which would be maybe a marriage. Okay. So yeah, I definitely feel from the energy in this pile that, like I said, this more or less is something that is as serving as a lesson for you, something that's temporary, something that could be really testing how much do I love myself. You know, if this person is not willing to give to me what I know that I'm deserving of in my heart, do I have the strength and the willpower to be able to let go of the old and open myself up to something new? Okay? All right. And maybe for some of you, if you are dealing with somebody that, you know, is too afraid of moving things forward, you know, is that you really working towards finding enough confidence and boosting up your self-esteem and also your self-worth that you know when to walk away? You know, you feel more confident in yourself to say, okay, I know that this situation does not serve me, but I'm open and available to someone who is ready to receive the love that I'm willing to give. So I'm definitely feeling transitional, temporary, definitely some very important lessons for you here. Okay, which makes it equally as important. I feel like these connections can be very significant for us in our life, that, you know, sometimes going through these types of things with people really help us to grow. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here for you. Pile number, no, actually I wanted to get some more cards for you just for some guidance here. We'll get some guidance for pile 2. What is your guidance and advice on this connection? We have scapegoating and blame with the Bell Witch. Scapegoating and blame. And maybe this is dealing with a person who doesn't want to take accountability. You know, it could be two people who are blaming each other for why something is not working, and really a need to look within the self, okay, at what needs healing. We also have justice and karma. Okay, so yeah, already I'm kind of feeling that this is something karmic. Okay, a karmic relationship, karmic lessons. Any other advice and guidance? We have self-actualization and individuality. Okay, like I said, I'm kind of getting an energy here of this person being someone, or this connection being something that really teaches you about you. We have healing and self-care. And our last message is optimism and gladness. Okay. Optimism and gladness. And so this kind of gives me like the 5 of Cups energy here. You know, and if you're familiar with tarot, you know with the 5 of Cups, there are 3 cups that are spilled over in the card. And there is a person who's kind of has their back turned to 2 other cups that are set on the ground that are still full, that are still standing, where the person is focusing so much on what they've lost, the grief of the loss, that in that feeling we can feel discouraged, we can feel hopeless, we can feel like love is never going to happen for us, or, you know, really kind of down in that type of energy. But the whole message with that card is basically telling us there's still hope. You know, the feelings and the grief and the pain that we might be feeling is only temporary. And there's still hope for us to be able to have, you know, in this case, the love that you desire, the love that you seek, you know. And, you know, we can really change in terms of our healing to hold out gratitude. And of course, that is something that takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. For the experience, for the lessons, you know, although painful, we can learn a lot from them, and we can learn a lot about ourselves through that process of healing from losing something. We gain ourself. We gain, you know, so much more growth and strength within ourselves to realize that it's okay for us to let certain things go that are not in alignment with us, to really open ourselves up to what is. Okay? So I'm going to leave this here for you, Pile 2. I do wish you all the best. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, Pile 3. So those of you that resonated with the Bobcat, this is going to be a reading today. So we're finding out what is your future with them. We're going to be looking into that for you guys today. I am going to start with oracle cards and then pull some tarot to see what is your future with them, the person on your mind. Pile number 3. What is your future with them? Pile 3. What is your future with them? Okay, so we have sensitivity here. And it says the frequency of sensitivity helps us open to the world of subtlety and detail while anchoring in a structural foundation, thus supporting us to become more fully multidimensional. Okay, let's see. What else? What is your future with them? Pile 3. What is your future with them? Okay. So we have life purpose. Wow. And spirit guide. Interesting. Very different than the other piles. Life purpose and spirit guide. Okay. Let's see what else. What is your future with them, Pile 3? You're definitely getting more cards than the other piles. We have change here, and it says, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. And we also have balance here. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Okay. What is your future with them? Appreciation. Okay, and we're going to pull one more. Your pile has a little bit more cards than I had anticipated, so I'm going to have to put the tarot on top. With the other piles, I was able to have space. So we'll see. What is your future with them? Pile number 3. What is your future with this person? We have the comic. The comic. And let's pull your tarot and see what's going on here. I feel like this connection is something that is super important for you. Being that we do have the spirit guide and life purpose here. It could be that this experience with this person is really something that's helping you to align with what your soul's purpose is. Almost like your spirit guides have guided you to this person, to this soul, maybe to even serve as a catalyst for some type of change to happen within you. It could be change or transformation that's also taking place within them. Because this Bobcat here is also about using psychic energy, sensitivity. Okay, let's see what the tarot. What is your future with them? What is your future with this person? Wow, 10 of Pentacles. We've got the Queen of Cups. And the Chariot. That is really beautiful energy. Let me pull one more. The Two of Pentacles. I'm seeing the Knight of Cups is at the bottom. The Knight of Cups, and I'm seeing the Death card is underneath that, which is, like I said, I do feel like this connection is really something that's helping, I feel like, both you and this person to change, to grow, to kind of listen to more of your intuition. Some of you, your intuition might already be telling you, like, you and this person are meant to be. Like I said, there might be certain changes that need to take place within you, within them. And there might be a lot of growth that needs to happen between you and this person. I feel like, especially with sensitivity being here, it almost makes me feel like both of you are healing. Both of you are learning how to really open your heart to love. And it could be something that you are teaching them, they are teaching you. Learning to love yourself, learning to find balance from within the self. This comic being here, which when I'm seeing all this beautiful loving energy here with the comic, it kind of makes me feel that it's like this connection is something that's really teaching you, or even the other person, to take things seriously and to understand and recognize I feel like what kind of energy we're bringing to the table. And having the willpower to move forward, to make progress, to lead a relationship or a connection towards something that is not only sustainable, but something that's balanced, something that is loving, supportive. And that's kind of what I'm seeing from this Queen of Cups energy here, which is about compassion, empathy, love, nurturing, sensitivity as well. There's a lot of strong water energy here. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Scorpio's also here. It's like being in your, like really learning to be in your feelings, to open your heart to love and to be open and be vulnerable and, you know, the Two of Pentacles can also be about juggling. It's about balancing things, and you do have balance here. So I'm getting a lot of movement into balance. I do feel, like I said, this connection is something that is very significant for you. It could be that this connection is something that you could really be teaching each other what love is, how to love, how to be open to love, how to receive love, how to love yourself. Learning what your worth is, what your value is. Some of you, through this experience with this person, you really could be, discovering yourself on such a deep level that it helps you with transformation. This feels very like high level soulmate, divine counterpart, twin flame type of situation. Okay? Where you learn to really value and appreciate one another, the experience, the growth, the transformation, the evolution. The Ten of Pentacles, yes, can talk about marriage, commitment, relationship, stability, longevity. But this also requires us to put in committed and dedicated effort over time, And I feel like with the spirit guide here that your ancestors, your spirit guides, your person's spirit team is helping to guide this union or this connection to something that is long-term for you, And it may take some time for you to change and transform, as well as the other person. But I feel like this is a connection that Spirit has guided towards you for a very significant reason, for a very important purpose. And like I said, the Bobcat is about listening to the intuition, right? And sometimes that's hard for people, right? Like, let's just say you meet somebody and you're starting to fall in love with them, and then they feel the connection too, but they deny their feelings, or they don't feel comfortable talking about them. They don't feel comfortable putting their heart out there. They put a wall up. They're afraid of being vulnerable. Emotions could be something that's uncomfortable for them. The Bobcat talks about us opening up to that psychic energy, to feeling things, right? Sensitivity. Look at all this cups energy. I mean, not cups, but feelings, emotions. The Chariot is Cancer energy. The Queen of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Death card is also Scorpio energy. It's a lot of water. Okay? The element of water within the tarot is all about our feelings, our emotions, our intuition, our creative energy. And the Bobcat also represents waiting to take action, pausing, observing, right? Which is very much about the energy of love. Okay? It's very feminine energy. So this is being in a state of receptivity, openness, in the same way that the Knight of Cups kind of puts his heart out there, wears his heart on his sleeve, is vulnerable, is allowing himself to fall in love, right? In order for us to meet another person at this level of love and care and, with a person, we have to let the guard down, okay? So I feel, that the future that you have with this person, I feel like with the Ten of Pentacles being here, could be something that is very long lasting, that is secure, that is stable, that could lead to marriage, that could lead to a serious commitment, that could lead to the two of you really building a life with each other. Those of you that choose to have family with this person, I feel like this connection will be very emotionally supportive, where there is a lot of kindness, gentleness, compassion, and the two of you working towards finding balance within your relationship or connection. And the Chariot is all about victory, success, and if the two of you can bring that energy into balance, where both of you have this openness and care and love for one another, and transforming into that energy, showing each other, I value you, I love you, I appreciate you, you know, listening to what our intuition says when it says to open up your heart, be open to love, open yourself up to this opportunity. Okay? So I definitely feel like this connection is something that is being divinely guided to you, for you. I feel even with the life purpose, this kind of, you know, if it's a soulmate connection, soulmate connections are ones that really, two people really build each other up. They're very supportive of each other's, you know, goals and dreams and things like that. You both work together with that. Whereas the twin flame journey could be something that really triggers you into learning to love yourself. It is a journey of self-love leading to the energy of unconditional love, right? And through that, we do discover our life purpose, our soul's purpose. And, you know, like I said, if it's a soulmate connection, it might be one that's really, truly supportive of one another. You both build each other up. You're both there for each other as a support system. So the Bobcat also talks about us taking time to just reflect and just observe, right? Feel things out. And when I say feel things out, I really mean it because we have all this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy with sensitivity and intuition. You know, sometimes we want to kind of rush into things and hurry things along, but this makes me feel like Spirit is kind of guiding this connection for you in perfect divine timing. And there's a need for you to really trust that, you know, especially for those of you where you are dealing with a person who may not be quite as open as you, or there's a need to bring your own life into alignment first, or things like that that might be happening here. The Bobcat is about knowing when to strike, when to take action by first observing, right? In the way that you would think about an animal in the wild, when they're thinking about hunting their prey, they kind of watch, right? They kind of watch the other animal that's there just to kind of study them a little bit and see, okay, what is this animal doing? What is its habits? You know, what is it going to do next, right? So this can also be you moving into out of your head, okay, out of your head and into your heart space, into your feelings, into your emotions, while keeping yourself grounded throughout all of this. Okay, but I do feel like the future for this connection is something that is truly beautiful. You know, should the two of you really, you know, move into the heart space and more about feeling the energy and the connection versus stressing out about what's going to happen, when is it going to happen, where is this going to go, and just being present and keeping yourself grounded and open and receptive and embodying the energy of love. Okay. Some of you, this connection could be something that's really asking you to dig deeper within the self, truly discovering yourself through that energy and being able to find what your life purpose is, you know, which is really beautiful. It's really amazing when we can meet another by looking deeply within ourselves, right? As deeply as we want them to look within themselves. So that energy is something that's being reciprocated. Okay. All right. So that is all that I have for you. No, it's not actually. Sorry. I keep forgetting to add these cards at the end. So let's see. Pile 3. Any other messages, advice, guidance that you need to hear about this? And some of you might even be feeling like mutually like we love each other, but we need to work on ourselves. You know? Okay, let's see. Pile number 3. What is your advice and your guidance? We have fertility and love with the peach. Beautiful energy. I feel like this is more or less about you being in love, falling in love. Being able to build something that is stable, secure, long-lasting. We have loyalty, belonging with the dog. We have self-expression and flow. Yeah, and I feel like I said, this connection is truly one that really helps you to learn how to express yourself in the way that the Knight of Cups energy does. Okay, flowing into things. We have power and command with High John the Conqueror. And I feel like this is also helping you to really kind of look at the bigger picture of things here as well. We also have change and movement. And wasn't this also talking about that too? I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement, right? And so sometimes that might mean that we have to grow, we have to change, we have to evolve and become a better version of self, you know? And that might be something that truly inspires growth within the other person. So one feels more secure, one feels more safe and secure in a relationship or in a connection enough to open up their heart to love. There's actually two here. Fortitude and confidence. Okay. And I feel like what spirit, oh, there's a lot here. We've got, I can't even tell. They're so thin and stuck together, I guess. We've got counting and time cycles here. And I feel like with this message here, it's spirit really telling you here, trust in divine timing. Okay? Trust in divine timing with this. Okay, so that is all that I have for you. Pile 3. I do hope this is helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.